Tak na návrat tohohle chlupáče jsem se fakt těšil.
Yeah, the Book of Unwritten Tales 2. The first one was a point-and-click adventure like 5 years ago or so, and was very successful. People really liked it, and so we thought it would be a good idea to make after we made a little add-on called the Critter Chronicles, to make a really proper big second part of the game. So again, you play the 4 different main characters. Nate, who is like an adventurer, pirate type of guy. Ivo, the elven princess, Wilbur, the little gnome mage, and the Critter, which is this furry companion of Nate. So our goal with the second game was basically, when it comes to story and puzzle design and stuff, to make it as good as the first one, because everybody loved the first one, so this is a good goal to have. But when it comes to presentation, animation, stuff like that, we wanted obviously to improve a lot and to make everything look nice and as cool as possible. And one other thing we tried to achieve is to make the game really big. You know, these days adventure games are often quite small and getting smaller and smaller. And the first game had like 20 hours of gameplay, and the second one will be even bigger than that, so 20 to 25 hours, which makes it not only the biggest adventure game next year, but also the biggest adventure game in the last 15 years or so. Another thing we worked hard on is the animations. The first game was animated by one animator basically. The second one, there are 6 animators working on it at the moment.
Tento rok jste uskutečnili úspěšnou kampaň na Kickstarteru. Podařilo se vám dosáhnout dokonce i na několik dodatečných cílů, vyjma toho nejvyššího, který, pokud se nepletu, zahrnoval kompletní soundtrack nahraný živým orchestrem a vylepšené animace obličejů postaviček. Podařilo se vám některé z těchto záměrů i tak zrealizovat, nebo jste od nich museli zcela upustit jednoduše, protože se vám nepodařilo vybrat všechny potřebné peníze?
Well, we ended somewhere between the second and the third stretch goal. So, but all the money we earned with Kickstarter went directly into the game. So it's not like we're doing only this stuff we promised for the second stretch goal and do none of this stuff we promised for the third one. But we try to do as many of the things of the third stretch goal as possible. So the plan was always to put facial animations and stuff like that into the game, and obviously it is. But it's okay the amount of stuff we could put into the game. So maybe there are not that many little in-game cutscenes or cuts or something like that, or close-ups or so. But yeah, we put a lot of effort into the version like it is now. And when it comes to not voice recordings, music recordings, we don't record the whole soundtrack, but something like 2/3 or so of the soundtrack will be recorded with a live orchestra. And the stuff we don't record is sometimes only specific instruments, for example, that sound really good when you use digital instruments, or something like just atmospheric background sounds and music and so on. You can't record that, but it's not really worth recording it. So this is the stuff we don't record, and all the big orchestral music stuff we do record with an orchestra. Obviously, for us being a German developer, the English version was really important to have a really good, proper English version of the game, because international players are just not used to crappy localizations, and so we put a lot of effort into making the English version as good as, if not even better than the German version. There's a studio in London called UK who are working on the project with us, and they were really early on in the process. We worked together to figure out problems and to we write some stuff together, and we were at the recordings in London and stuff like that. So it's a really close close relationship to get everything done.
Hratelnost původní The Book of Unwritten Tales se docela výrazně soustředila na používání předmětů v inventáři a na jejich kombinování. Bude na tom tohle pokračování obdobně?
Yeah, it's similar. When it comes to gameplay and you know the way the puzzles work and feel and stuff like that, we kept it pretty close to the first game, but you know everything the players liked in the first game is in there, but it's more of everything. It's a classic point-and-click adventure game, meaning that's not, you know, an interactive movie or some, you know, like Telltale adventure, but it's an old-school adventure like Monkey Island, Simon the Sorcerer, Day of the Tentacle, stuff like that, which means we have loads of puzzles and items and stuff to discover and stuff to combine and use and all of that. We have classic inventory puzzles and dialogue puzzles and all this. We have mini games and we have again this multi-character gameplay, which means basically that in some areas, some parts of the game, you play with 2 or even 3 characters at the same time, and then you have to you know figure out, okay, maybe this character could, you know, distract somebody, so the second character could do something else and stuff like that, which makes it really fun. And also sometimes people can choose with which character they want to continue playing. So maybe you want to play with Critter a little bit more, you want to play with Nate, and so you can choose between the one or the other.
V ukázkách jsme viděli ptáčka Chip Chipa. Figuruje ve hře jako určitý sidekick nebo ne?
Well, here's a character that follows Ivo a little bit, but not really a sidekick. It's not like Nate and the Critter, for example. It's more of a companion for quite a while, but not the whole game. Mm-hmm. Another thing we like to do is to put a lot of small details and inside jokes and Easter eggs into all the locations. So here, for example, are some swords of people who try to conquer the Elven Kingdom, and yes, you can see Minecraft and Sting from Lord of the Rings and yeah, all the other swords. And then there's Onyxia from World of Warcraft on the wall, and there are the Game of Thrones axe in the foreground, and all this stuff. It's just there are many fantasy nerds in our company, and it's like a competition. How much stuff can we put into the game? Because we really want to give the people the opportunity to, you know, discover a lot of stuff in all of our scenes.
Ve hře používáte technologii nazvanou projection mapping. Mohl bys mi tuhle technologii ve stručnosti popsat?
Yeah, projection mapping is basically a technology that allows us to show 2D or pre-rendered backgrounds into a sort of 3D way. So it's not like a background image or something like that, but it's more like it feels more natural, like a real 3D scene. But the advantage of projection mapping is that you can still use pre-rendered backgrounds. You can still, you know, do things like paint overs and do little things you can't do in real-time graphics. And the system is really fast, really performant. So you you have this great look, but you can play it on really old systems.
Mm-hmm. Poté, co jste vydali původní The Book of Unwritten Tales a posléze přidávek The Critical Chronicles, tak jste sérii v podstatě zahodili a pustili se do vývoje adventury The Raven. Oba dva díly přitom byly velice úspěšné a oblíbené. Proč jste tedy v sérii nepokračovali hned bez pauzy?
Right. Basically, we wanted to do something else. It's just, you know, we spent 3 or 4 years making the Book of Unwritten Tales and then the Critical Chronicles, and it was just time to do something else, something different. And but now, obviously, having, you know, 2 years or so in between where we don't have to think about the Book of Unwritten Tales, now it's all the fun we have with the first one, because it's now it feels, you know, new and exciting, and everybody has recharged, and now everybody is happy to working on it again.
Okay. Výma příběhu, jaká je podle tebe ta nejsilnější nebo nejzajímavější vlastnost téhle hry?
I think it's really the flow. It's something that a lot of people liked in the first game, and something we worked pretty hard on at the second game as well. It's you know, the feeling of progression and the feeling, okay, it's not too easy, but I always know what to do next, or I always know what the problems are, and just, you know, the feeling to you can enjoy the game, and it's not the feeling you're lost and you don't know what to do next, and this is too hard or this is too easy, and just, you know, a nice way of playing the game. And I think this is something that we were able to put into the game.
What the heck? What happened here?